This just arrived in the mail. Didn't know what this was. I mean, I knew they were little Strops when I opened it, but I didn't know why someone was sending it to me. But it is all in the letter. So I turn the camera on here so I can read it to you. It says, Pocket Strop, which is the brand. Dear Jeff, hope this package finds you well. We wanted to send you some samples of our products to try out. Hopefully hear your thoughts. This package is also our way of saying thank you. I have personally been a subscriber for many years and learned how to strop from your video. In many ways, you are the reason our products exist today. Pocket Strop is an American-made product and company based out of New York. Our strops are made with veg tan leather and sit upon a 3D printed base. The compound we use is our own brand, manufactured by an American company based out of Chicago. Our #1 priority with our product, is performance. We strive to produce a high-quality, functional, and affordable product for the EDC community. Included in this package are examples of our double-sided pocket strop with a carbon fiber base, 3 single pocket straps with a wood-infused base, as well as some additional compound samples. And then the bottom there is their website. I'll put a link for all the people who don't want to type it out. You can just click on the link if you want to check it out. But yeah, thanks for all the great content over the years, and we hope you enjoy our product. From John. Well, thank you, John. That was a really nice surprise. I do love using a strop. It's keeping that edge maintained. It's all about maintenance. You do not have to sharpen your knives nearly as frequently when you strop them. So you carry your knife, it's razor sharp, you use it throughout the day. At the end of the day, just a couple passes, it takes all of like 30 seconds and it's hair popping sharp again. You know, if you keep doing that, you don't have to actually sharpen your knife for a very long time because it doesn't actually get dull for a very long time. So huge fan of strops. I love the idea. Talked about 3D printing, which is pretty interesting. This one is a double-sided strop, whereas these 3 are single-sided. I think he said this is wood infused. I love it. They're simple. I mean, they're called pocket strops because they're small. I wouldn't ever suggest actually keeping it in your pocket just because you have that compound that's on there that'll obviously rub off in your pocket. And especially as you use it, that compound's gonna get dirty and have metal dust and stuff in there. So don't literally carry this around your pocket. That's not necessary. But it's just nice that they're very compact. You could throw this maybe in the EDC drawer, depending on where you keep your stuff. I love it. I think it's a really cool idea. Obviously, these are brand new to me. I haven't actually used these, but I love the idea. The design's very simple, very straightforward. Also came with a couple little lanyards here. I guess they sell those separately, maybe. A couple stickers in the background here, which I like. That'll go on the old gun safe. And some extra compound, which is very good, very, very useful. So it came with this paper. This gives a breakdown of the different compounds. So the black is coarse, it says all cut with no polish effects, best used for getting a dull blade sharp again. White compounds, medium, mostly cut with little polishing effects, a middle ground that is great for maintaining a sharp edge. Green, which I use quite often myself, which is fine, mostly polished with a little cut, best used for getting a razor sharp edge and getting a mirror polish. Red, which is finer, all polish and no cut, best used for polishing work and getting a mirror polish. And then there's also a plain leather option here, which you can use for your own polish or for realigning or honing. There's also some safety tips here. You guys can pause and read there if you want instructions on how to use this, but it should be pretty straightforward. The biggest thing, they have some tips on the bottom here too, but the biggest thing I would say for instructions is definitely go slow. All right, because one thing that I found a lot of people who don't like stropping, what they end up doing is they're trying to speed up the process and make it a super quick thing. And it can be relatively quick, but you don't have to rush, just like sharpening. Same thing, it's a pretty common question I'll get is like, hey, I got this nice sharpening system, but you know, it's just not working. What's the deal? I had a dull knife and I spent a lot of money on this, and I've heard this with pretty much every sharpening system there is, from a cheaper $20 Lansky system all the way up to $400 systems. And almost every single time I'll ask them, well, how long did you try to do this? I ask, of course, are you reprofiling? Are you sharpening? What kind of steel it is? How dull was it really? But pretty much every time they'll say like, oh, I tried it for a good 5-10 minutes and it's just dull. And I'm like, you got to just have patience. That's it. Sharpening itself, it takes a long time. Just be patient. Nice simple strokes, make sure your angles are proper and all that kind of stuff. Stropping is no different. All right, you don't want to cut into the leather, you don't want to ruin your strop, and just go slow. There's no rush, right? You're supposed to be able to sit down and make time for this. It's not something you do really quick. But yeah, I love the concept. I have larger strops, you know, my hands are off screen because they're larger. I think one is a 16-inch and I have like a 24-inch or something, but they're barber style strops. All right, so it's soft leather, it's got a, you know, separate handle on it and like a crab claw. I actually have an eye hook into one of the pieces of molding in my office, and I have them hanging there so I can, you know, reach out just like a barber would, you know, strap a razor blade. And that's what I do every single time I use my knives, whether I'm doing for testing or personally carrying something that I like. At the end of the day, I always remember to go and just hit a few passes. It does not have to be much. And if I forget a day, because I'm not perfect, sometimes I will forget, I'll just hit it the next day when I remember that I didn't do it. And that maintains an amazing edge. You'd be very surprised if you start using a strop, whether it's these or something completely different. Definitely, if you are into maintaining a nice sharp edge, especially I would say if you're not good at sharpening, learn about stropping. There's plenty of awesome videos on YouTube, not just mine. There's lots of other people that know even more about it. Very educational stuff. It's an amazing place, YouTube, and you can definitely learn a thing or two, and it'll keep you from having to sharpen. So if you hate sharpening knives and it's a huge pain in the butt, stropping is your friend. Maintain that edge. All right, it's kind of like anything else. If you wait too long to maintain it, then you're fixing it because it's broken. But if you maintain it, it doesn't break nearly as often. So that is it. I have no idea the prices on these, or you know, if they're expensive, cheap, don't really know. I'll check it out myself. This is not really a review because obviously I didn't even use them, but it's kind of a first impressions. I do like the idea and the design. Again, with it, like total shot in the dark guess, what I would like to see these priced at, I would like to see the single ones at like maybe 10 or 15 bucks, and the double-sided one maybe 20, 25 on the high end. But I'll check it out, and you know, we'll see what the prices actually are, and you can make your own decisions, obviously. But stropping in general, huge thumbs up. 2 thumbs up for that. Definitely worth looking into if you've never heard it before. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I know it's leather. I know that they're going to work. The compound's going to work and everything. It's just a matter of the design. It is compact, so the smaller surface area you have, or length, obviously the more passes you're going to have to do. So that's just a give and take. Easier, more compact, better for storage, but it's going to take a little bit longer because you have less room to actually do those passes on. So I'm used to, you know, the whatever it is, 16-inch or 14-inch for my smaller one, and like a 24 for the large. So I'll have to adjust for the smaller size, but I do love it. I love the idea of a compact little strop. But don't actually carry it in your pocket. You'll just dirty your pants. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.